for today. Well, if anybody's new, this workshop is, it's not really a workshop. It's called Reflections because that's what it is. We talk about, what we found here this weekend, what you got out of it. So as the Spirit moves, come on up to the microphone and just share where you're at and anything that you wanted to share with the people that are here and let us know how you feel. And I personally want to thank everybody for coming. And those that have already left, our prayers are with them. And come on up.
Okay. Sharita, they want you at this podium.
Did you stand?
I'll wait for Sharita to share, Bobby.
Hi, Steve.
Hi family, I'm Steve, I'm an addict. Let's get this out of the way so I can listen to other people and not be focusing on what I'm going to say. I'm so grateful to be here again. It occurred to me when I was in a workshop listening to someone talk about the disease that I couldn't explain this weird reaction I always had when I got here for the first 5 minutes that I shouldn't be here. What am I doing here? This isn't for me. All these kind of things. And I think it's this workshop speaker said it well, where I think my disease knows how healthy it is for me to be here. And I think that was my disease saying, bail, bail. Because it's ridiculous, and because I even, maybe the first time when I came here when I didn't know anybody, I could maybe understand feeling that. But there's absolutely no real reason that I should feel that way, because the guys are pretty much well into my family, are my family, and I love you all, and so I can't explain a reason that I could possibly feel that way. I love this so much, except that. A couple things I learned. I don't have children of my own, and I learned some things were gently pointed out, like don't go, doing curves at 40 miles an hour driving with my knee and getting into my glove box at the same time. That's something I should probably not do around children. So thank you for pointing that out to me, whoever did that. Just being more aware of children, I think, because I usually knock around someone else. But maybe I should have thought about what I was going to say. But I wanted to get this out of the way and listen to y'all. I'm just so glad to be here, and I can't believe the weather. It was also good, and I love you all. Thanks.
Man, call Rick. Boy, I have a wonderful time. This was a working weekend for me. I had a wonderful time. I didn't really work at all. I enjoyed myself immensely. This is my first time up here. I really look forward to coming back up here again. I saw a spirit moving through this place like none other I've ever seen before. This place is wonderful. I can't wait till next year. In fact, I was looking at trying to find out what other retreats are going on now, because this is gonna be my little forte from now on, right? I'm gonna do the retreats, the conventions. Wonderful, I love them, but there's nothing like this. And I thank you for all having me. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna do this. All right. Cheers, man.
I'm Agnes Laura. I am so glad, and I don't even know how it happened that I found out about this thing 3 years ago, and I've been here every year since. But man, I look so forward to being here. And each and every year that I come, my Catmac family just gets bigger, and bigger. And it's so nice to come here, and the only time you saw some people is when you come here, and they might not remember your name, but they remember your face. And that just feels good, and they always make you feel welcome here, and this just has been an awesome experience. experience for me. And I love that you guys added that meditation thing because I'm really heading in that direction, you know, trying to, that whole stilling your mind thing is like almost impossible for me because it just goes out there and it doesn't even stay in one direction. It just flies all over the place. But I'm getting better at it, you know, and this, you know, I learn so much each and every time I come here. And not necessarily in a workshop, you know, sometimes just sharing with somebody new that I sit next to by a campfire, or, you know, at a meal, sharing a meal with somebody new, and you know, you get to talking, and you always talk about recovery, and that, it's just a beautiful thing here that, you know, so much has been revealed to me about me here, you know, and this has just been an awesome experience for me, and I am so glad and can never wait till the next year. I'll keep coming back.
Thanks, Laura.
I'm gonna call Earth. Hi. I have had a splendid time here, as I always do. Even when I'm not doing well, it's a matter of getting here, and you know, this is a very safe spot for me. I think it's just really powerful how we manage to, those of us especially that I particularly come here to see, how we have managed to come back here year after year, no matter what. And that's what I've been saying as I hug people and depart. You know that I hope to see you next year no matter what. No matter what happens in between, you know, the time, please just come back. When I come to Camp MEC, I never set any expectations about what's going to happen and what I'm going to do. Well, I know I'm going to listen to my headphones and walk to the tree, and I know I'm going to always do that. And my friends here know that and love that about me, and I really appreciate that. And then I know that it's a day that I need to go without that. And, you know, Maria spooked me out as soon as we got here. I think it was Friday, the day we got here. She was like, it's almost time to go home. So I started feeling all anxious and stuff. I needed to do all this stuff and see all these people on the first day because it was almost time to go home. And so I just had a really good time. And so when I don't put any expectations and I just come and see and be, it's just a really good feeling. Like we were having conversations. There were some faces that we didn't see this year, and it was just okay, you know, because I firmly believe whoever is here that's who was supposed to be here, and it just worked out absolutely wonderful. I've been coming here. I've had the privilege of coming here 11 years in a row. And that has just been a blessing to my recovery. I think for the first 6 years, my husband, we started coming together. And my husband is just a really high energy, busybody kind of person. He is so not into the woods. And 3 of those 6 years that he came, he was really coming just to be around me. And then finally he just got real about it. I was like, hey, that's you, not me. And so he texted me last night and asked me what was I doing. And I said I was laughing at stale jokes, warming up pizza at the fire, and he texted me back, so I'm like, you know what, all you guys are crazy. I was like, I know, that's why I love it here, that's why I love it here. Anyway, you know, I'm gonna keep coming back. This, as I said, this is a very, very safe place for me. I don't have to, I could just reveal everything about me when I come here. And I would be lying if I said that I can do that at home. You know, there are certain friends that I have. All my best friends actually live out of the state. But this is the safest place for my recovery, for my life, for my journey. And I really appreciate that. The committee did a spectacular job, as they always do. And you know, you'll hear grunts and moans, oh, the food is not as good as it used to. But when the bell rings, we're all trotting right down that way. It's like, I wonder what it is this time, all that stuff. But we're all just headed that way. And the food has changed, but times have changed. Things change, people change. And so you just kind of things change. And the food is not that bad. And you know what, when you really think about it, if you want to get really deep, I mean, when I pray over my food, I thank God for the privilege to be able to eat because I'm hungry, because there are some people, you know, in Sudan who are not in that position to do so. So I do not take that lightly and realize it's just a miracle to be clean. It's a miracle to be able to walk around and listen and hug people and hear their hope, strength, and experience. And I truly believe that we grow with love and change with recovery. And thanks for tolerating me this weekend.
Matt and Mark. Pay attention, I got something to say. This weekend came right on time for me. Thanks everybody for being here. You know, I've been coming here a long time. It's the first time I ever went to the tree and got to be there alone. I needed it desperately. I needed this weekend desperately. You know, I started coming here a year before the first convention, checking this place out and stuff. And just found out something 20 minutes ago that I never knew. And so we may have a little surprise for you next year. And there's only a couple of us that know what it is. And you won't know unless you come back. And it'll probably be pretty cool and spiritual. And it took somebody coming in. This is your first time here, right? It took somebody, their first time here, found this out. And it's going to be pretty neat, I think. So if you want to know what that is, come next year, because I'm not going to tell you. You know, I don't know what to say. I needed this weekend. I needed that alone time at that tree. I don't, you know, I don't believe in men's meetings and women's meetings and gay meetings and whatever kind of meetings. I just believe in Narcotics Anonymous meetings. And I think last night is the first time I ever been to a men's meeting. I needed that meeting. But I still don't believe in men. You know, this is not Men's Anonymous. It's Narcotics Anonymous. It's not. What'd somebody say? It's not Coochie Anonymous or something like that. Coochie, whatever. I don't know. I'm grateful to be here. I can honestly say that this weekend probably saved my life. I'll keep coming back. Yeah, we all work on it. Yeah, we're gonna have a Camp Kobe flag over.
My name's Colby. I'm an addict. Hey, Colby. Hey, everybody. It's been a great weekend. It's every year. I guess I didn't know what to expect. My first year, I remember this thing happened to me. You know, I was sitting down by the water and I started crying. You know, and so like, you know, God touches me here, you know. And then like, it happened again the next year, and then the next year. Now it's like, you know, I'd be pulling through the gates and I start crying. And then this year, it's like it's time to go, I started getting my camping stuff out. You know, and it's cool, it's, you know, because I can lose my stuff here, you know. Whatever that may be, I can lose that and get with it, you know. And it's spring, you know, and everything turns green. And get that fresh perspective on, yeah, this is nice. This is how, you know, this is what I want to take home with me. And it's beautiful. I look forward to it every year. We talk about it all year. And our area down there has grown a lot. And when you know how it is, you get people together, you face new challenges, and when we come out here, you know, we can't harbor anything in between us. It always comes out. It always comes out because we get together, and this thing forces you to get with it, man. It's like, you know, we grow with love. I don't know who named it, but I like it. I like it. I'm grateful to everybody who makes this happen. Truly, it means a lot. It really does. I look forward to seeing you again next year.
Well, hi, Maria. I'm Kim, and I'm an addict. And people keep saying, "Oh, did you have a nice weekend?" Yeah. Honestly, the first part of my weekend started out incredibly stressful, and but I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be clean, and I'm grateful you're all here. We do grow with love, and this convention has grown and shrank and grown and shrank and changed. The faces have changed. I did notice this year there were a lot more faces here than there normally are, and I'm grateful for that. And there were different people, and I'm grateful for that as well. You know, I don't have any natural sisters. I have a brother. But thanks to Narcotics Anonymous, you know, some of us were talking last night, how back in the day, you know, I've been clean 12 years. Back in the day, I was really good friends with guys. I know how to be friends with women, you know, because that's just the way it was. My best friend was always a guy. Now today, my best friend is a guy. It is my husband. That's the way it should be. And but I have some female friends in my life today that I wouldn't trade them for anything. They are like sisters. Sharita, Maria, Gina, and there's others, but I see them. Actually saw them twice this year. Hey, because you all know I went to DACA.
Right.
Yeah, we know. It's just a beautiful thing. Recovery is. You know, I have some really close relationships with some women, and I can say some stuff off the top of my head, out of the side of my neck, and they know what I'm talking about, and they've thought it, and it's beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful to see Camp Colby. I just got the biggest warm fuzzy looking at all those tents and the tie-dye dividers that you had, and the coffee tents and everything, and it was beautiful. And what's really beautiful is I did registration Friday night, and everybody with a tent came in, paid their money, came in, paid their money. It was like a little army came in here. I was like, wow. It was beautiful. This whole weekend has been absolutely beautiful. I honestly started out with a couple of resentments that I had to let go right away because that's what this convention does. That's what I've learned in recovery, that if I hang on to resentments, they're going to kill me. And why do I want to ruin an absolutely beautiful 4-day weekend holding on to something that's going to hurt me, not the people I have the resentments against?
Right on.
So I am incredibly grateful to be clean, incredibly grateful that the people who were here, they were supposed to be here. You know, somebody said, people tell you you're right where you're supposed to be. I think we were all right where we were supposed to be. And thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I'm an addict named Carol.
Hi, Carol.
And it's kind of funny, I got here through confusion and misinformation.
Welcome.
You know, this morning I found out I've spent the weekend at a convention. I didn't know I was coming to a convention. Whenever they hold up the flyer for this event in my area, they talk about this spiritual retreat. And I've heard other people talk about this really good spiritual retreat in Indiana, but it's very structured and very focused and really into step work. And somewhere along the line, somewhere along the line, apparently I crossed wires. And apparently that's okay. As far as I'm concerned, convention, spiritual retreat, whatever this is, I was supposed to be here. And I'm so glad. And I found out that little bit of mystery information. I know it's coming next year. And that's kind of cool. And with a little investigation, I got some answers to some of my other questions. Do you know that the beautiful carved sandstone that you see pieces in odd places and buildings and that all around were pieces of buildings that were salvaged from the Chicago fire? And because I'm a carver, I was immediately, where did this come from? This had to be salvaged from something.
Okay.
And I mean, there's phenomenal things around. I never made it out to the tree. That's all right. There's next year. I did make it out on the kayak a couple times. Didn't know if I could do that or not. Managed just fine. Had a phenomenal revelation about my family yesterday. One of my sons drove 4 hours out of his day, 4 to 5, something like that, to bring me the meds I hadn't had since Friday. That's pretty big. You know, wow, I helped raise that kid. And I have 4 natural sisters, and I know I'll never be as close with them as I am with some of the women in this program. And you know, our families, we just get this, but we get to choose our friends, and that's pretty cool. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Jonathan. I'm an addict.
Hey, Jonathan.
I love this. I do call it a spiritual retreat. I almost never call it a convention because to me that's what it is, and I never miss it if I don't have to. The 1 year that I did miss, I'd already paid for it, and I had a massive heart attack, and I gave the package to my sponsee, who came and got a T-shirt that everybody handed around, and everybody signed it. So I know everybody who was here that year, and it was really beautiful. I have to tell you, things happen in recovery. Life happens, and recently I've had 2 sponsees go into jail, and 1 into prison. I had 1 who tried to commit suicide, and yeah, I'm not going to do this. Jim always thinks so. He says, "Yeah," I was crying again, but. And I had 1 sponsee who just walked away. "I can't deal with you anymore," he goes, you know? And so for the last few days before I got here, I really started questioning, you know how addicts are. I mean, I really started questioning about whether I had a message to carry, and whether I was worthy of doing it, and whether I really had anything to say. And I got here, and I love this convention so much, and everybody reinforced the idea in so many ways that I do have something to offer. Mm-hmm. And I was so grateful to see all the people from South Shore, so grateful to see all the people from Detroit, and my Maria. And she's the first one that met me at the. She's my first new person that I've ever met at We Grow with Love. Met her right outside. She was like the unofficial greeter when I got here, and loved the speakers this time. But I needed to know that what I'm doing in Narcotics Anonymous helps, and that was reinforced over and over again from people who I talked to. And now I have to do my 4-step on relationships, and this is the first time I really realized how many people have relationships they're working on, and I guess you all are. I guess you all are. Very grateful to be here.
Thanks, John.
I'm an addict named Kelly.
Thank you.
I'm getting choked up about leaving. Still don't like to let go of it. You know, because I know the reality sets in once I start heading back to Chicago, it's like all that stuff just kind of like creeps on in. It's like, get back in the groove. There is nothing that I've experienced since I've been a member of Narcotics Anonymous until I started coming here. That my 11 steps started working long before I even started practicing prayer and meditation. You know, I don't see faces, and I think I shared that. I don't try to remember faces because that's not what I'm coming in contact with when I come here. It's not your face. You know, since this is an anonymous program, nameless and faces work for me. Faces, names, and faces really does work for me. You know, I am so grateful to have moments like this with people like myself. You know, that I can take with me, the laughter, you know, and the kids have been interesting this week. They've been very interesting. But they're our babies. All the children here are our babies. You know, man, this is a holiday. So I'm going right into the holiday. You know, with hanging out with family and friends and going to a speaker-thon when I leave here. You know, and it just goes on. Recovery is what I do. That's what I do, you know, recover. But man, this is almost the second half of the year. And this is a great way to start the second half of 2008. I don't know about y'all, but this is a wonderful way to start the second half of 2008. You know, looking forward to possibilities and things getting better. You know, man, yeah, gas is high, but it's not gonna stop me. A lot of my friends are like, hey, gas is too high, I'm not going. I'm like, look here, just ride. Just ride. You'll have everything you need. Don't you always get what you need? Because I need to take care of me at all costs. I'm expensive. I don't know about you. I'm expensive. I spent a lot of money on trying to kill myself. So why not? You know, I need to take care of me. And this is one place that I know that everything here supports me. And who I want to be and the things that I don't want to be. Supports me. You know, I'm real thankful to the committee. Excellent, excellent. I have to tell y'all this funny story. This is what happened to me this weekend. My daughter locked the door to our room. And I was in the shower, you know, I'm coming out of the shower thinking I'm about to go in my room, right? And I just have on the towel. I'm like, who's gonna let me in my room? So I said, well, I know there's a phone, I could call somebody. And I'm screaming down, I'm like, nobody here has a key. So I had to call to the big house, you know, to ask somebody, can you come and open the door, you know? Thank God I did have a towel on, but you know, even if I didn't, I would have been like, oh well, shit. You know. And the guy comes over and he starts laughing. He says, oh, you locked yourself out? I said, yeah. He said, you'll be all okay. I said, I know I'm all right anyway. Okay. Just let me in. But that goes to show you, anything can happen once you come here. Anything. Anything. I lost my earring and I was obsessed. I want to find my earring. I came out out of breakfast this morning and my daughter's like, oh Mom, you'll never find that earring. I said, nothing is lost in the universe. Nothing. It's here. Somewhere. And as soon as I said that, one of the children said, oh, I saw it down there by the fire. I said, Thank you very much. Nothing is lost. Relationships just get better. You know, they change. And I'm so grateful for the change. You know, I keep coming.
Okay. Thanks, Kelly.
I'm an addict. My name's Mark.
Mark.
Thank you for bringing your spirit. Book tells us that our spirit was broken. If you're here, you're trying to fix it. If all you brought was 55 days clean and nothing but chaos, thank you for bringing that, man. Because you're trying something different. You're trying something different. I too put the expectations aside, man, because you know, there's always this anticipation of, wow, I wonder if so-and-so's going to be there. And when they're not here, you know, you just ask about them and hope they're okay. You know, I hope they're okay. They're trying something different in their recovery, and my gratitude goes to, thank God they were in my life. Thank God I know their name. Thank God I give a shit enough to ask about them with love. You know, I don't want to know who's zooming who. Well, I do sometimes. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But you know, really, I mean, we ask because we care, man. We ask because we care. Camp Colby, man.
Yeah.
2 tents, 4 chairs, ramps, and look now, man, a compound, you know? Rules and shit. Damn. You know, I too, I'm not much one on separate meetings, but I don't know why, it just seems to fit here, man. And I think, because I want to think in this John Lennon Imagine thing, man, that I got going in my head. I just want to think that, you know, we interact. This place is so beautiful, man. And we have this ability to interact all weekend, you know. So to put them things together at the end of the weekend and you know, it's kind of a reflections, sex specific, I heard last night. But you know, it's gender, and you know, because we grow with love, I mean, I have been to some of them things that become bashing sessions, and that I've been to that twice, and I never seen the bashing, you know, and maybe that's because I don't want to see it, but I don't, you know, because it happens at the end of the weekend, and we've had this opportunity. So if you bring some stuff here, and you take it home with you, shame on you, man.
That's right.
But I don't want to put no more guilt on your ass because you got enough anyways, okay? Okay, but if you take just part of it home, bring it back next year, man. And because this is progress, okay? We don't do the perfection thing. Thank God the newcomers came to meditation, man, because I'll tell you what, when I was new, there wasn't no way in hell you're going to get me to try to sit somewhere, anywhere, to try to quiet my mind. I can't, there's days I can't do it now, you know, but I keep trying. I keep trying because I just never know. I just never know when that dope's going to show up, man. I don't know. I don't know what the no matter what's are. I don't know what yours are. I've been through some of mine. Maria shared some of hers. Brian shared. Anybody that shared. If you got up at the podium and shared a piece of you, thank you, man. Because I'll probably forget. Hell, I don't remember Debbie's name half the damn time, man. So I forget a lot. But there's times, there's glimpses, man. There's glimpses that come in, you know, throughout the year. I put the magnet, the refrigerator magnet, man, of the tree on the refrigerator, you know. Every once in a while in turmoil, I'll be going by the refrigerator and I'll see the tree, and the calm comes. The calm comes. So if you're trying to get to the calm, thank you. And if you're there, and you're there for a while, remember that, man, because when the chaos shows up, we can get back to the calm. I love you guys, and I'm grateful to be a part of this thing that really, when I got here, I didn't want no part of it. you know. So, thank you for keeping me clean another year, and with the help of my higher power and the spirit that I continue to get, maybe I'll be here clean next year and see you again. Thanks.
Good morning, family. I'm an addict, and my name is Lanita. Hey, Lanita. And I have had a wonderful, wonderful time here. I have felt welcomed. Everybody has just given me love. And I heard somebody share about how it feels funny, or just reminds you of when you first do anything. And I wondered how I was going to fit in also. But it just came natural. I didn't force anything, but it started with when I started to share. And when I shared, you guys shared back with me, and this has been a beautiful experience. I love the conversations that I overheard. I heard a lot of recovery conversations. I heard some jokes. I heard some cussing. I heard, and I saw some tears. And I really want to especially thank the women last night for opening up and allowing themselves to be vulnerable so that I could be. And I really trust a person who is direct, and I felt safe in there. I mean, if you want to go somewhere and you think you're going to bullshit, go to that meeting. I mean, they call people out across the room, but in a loving and caring way, but so that you will not stay in denial, and they don't sugarcoat our madness. And I liked it. I really liked it a lot. I've done some things that I have never done, and the boat ride, I keep talking about that because I ended up having a good time, and I also enjoyed the ones that got on the boat for 15 minutes and came back. It was funny. Yeah, it was true. And we haven't been to the tree yet, but that's what I'm going to do because everybody keeps talking about the tree, and I feel like I missed out on something if I don't go get to see the tree. I have a picture, but I want to see the tree. And some other things that I haven't done is sleep with someone and not be sexual with them, and trust that it's okay. And just be comforting, because that's what I needed. I needed to be comforted. And sometimes I need to say that I don't get that feeling from women. And I said what I needed, and I got what I needed, and I feel okay about it. I made a commitment to myself. And when I make a commitment to myself and I can follow through with it, it makes me feel good about me. You guys said we grow with love. And I think the most important thing is learning self-love. Because if I love myself, I can give you genuine love. And that's what I received from you guys. And the barbecue was off the hook. I mean, I was just invited to come and eat. And at first I wasn't going to go, because you really didn't mean that. When I get there, they're going to say, what's she doing here? But I was fishing, I smelled it, I couldn't help myself. And I went back and went fishing again, and the little guy I don't see that I fished with last night, boy, is he an addict. Every time I said, okay, we're ready to go, he said, I feel a bite. And he kept trying to get me to stay there. And I'd say, okay, I can't fish in the dark. I feel it. I had to cast back out again. And then he's looking for me last night because he finally caught a fish. And I'm glad he did. He has that principle of perseverance. I love you guys, and I hope that I'll be able to come here. That's my plan. I've been thinking about who I can bring because I know they'll love it. This is a good thing. I really love it. Thanks.
Thank you, Lanita.
My fellow Americans. Hi, family. My name is Debbie. I'm an addict.
Hi, Debbie.
Wow. What an incredible weekend. I pulled in Camp Mac with a sad heart, and I'm leaving with a glad heart full of love and hope. And how incredible to wonder, I wonder if so-and-so is going to be there, and pull in, and I look at Camp Colby, I'm like, holy shit. I said, what are you doing, collecting sick people? Whoa. But to walk in there and see this big giant circle and get all these hugs from all those people in that circle. To go down to the fire, and there's like newcomers here, that were like zipping around, and I sit down, and this newcomer, she is just freaking over this s'more that she just made because she's a vegan, and she just said, screw it, I'm having a s'more.
There you go.
And she was so thrilled that she was making a s'more for like the first time. She goes, can I make you one? And she made me this awesome s'more. And it meant so much to her, and it meant so much to me, and she'll never know how much it meant to me. To come in here and heal when you don't know sometimes if you're going to be able to, or how long the process that, whatever you're going through is going to take, and you don't want to go through it very long. And you come here, and there's so much love that it helps you go through stuff a lot faster. I got up to that podium. I had set boundaries for myself. I was not going to share. I was just going to hang out, stay in my pain, sit in my judgment, sit in my intolerance, and not get close to anybody again. And that's where I was, And I come here, and people don't let me do that. You don't let me do that. Yesterday I probably had one of the best birthdays. My birthdays are always good, but I think yesterday was probably one of the best birthdays I've had in my life. I lost track of the count of the hugs I got. This dude, I call him that guy now, came up and put this necklace. He goes, this would look good around your neck. Happy birthday. Mark got me a beautiful necklace too. He's probably wondering why I'm wearing the other guy's necklace. And to see my husband walk around with a pink shirt on, purple Crocs with little giblets in it, and feel comfortable. To see Marie get up at that podium, acting like a Stepford speaker, and then all of a sudden becoming herself, because that's who she is. And how dare anybody tell you how to act and how to feel, and who to be. Because sometimes I don't even know who I am, and it was kind of funny. We got here, and the cabin we usually stay in was locked, and we usually put these two beds together, and this year we didn't do that. We're in a bunkhouse, and I'm like all about, man, we're gonna have a slumber party. I want this bunk, so I'm here, and Mark's over there, and he brought this air mattress, and he wanted to blow it up, so we could sleep together. I'm like, no, I want my bunk bed. And it kicked my ass. Man, my hips are dead right now. But it was just so cool. It was just so cool. And the gratitude I feel, one of my best friends is here for the first time, and she hit some bumps. And the people that tried to help her and give her suggestions and solutions was awesome. It was just great. And, not to embarrass Colby, but sometime this year we were traveling, came home, and Mark hit the answer machine, and, and there's Colby singing to us on the phone. And it just, I have, you people are my family today. I have a brother, but he's not a brother, and, the rest of my family's dead except for my daughters. And I never had a sister, and I never thought I wanted to have one. I never thought I wanted to have any other brothers. I went to 2 women's meetings this weekend. I don't do women's meetings. I just don't. But I did. And because I just had to put myself out there. I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something different this year. And I did that, And I'm going to miss you guys. And I'm here for the duration, and I will be back, God willing. God willing, I'll be back. And hopefully we'll see some of you at the party in July, which would be really awesome. I think this year is a really good year just to find whatever piece of mind that you can get a hold of, you know, and hopefully it carries through people through the rough times. And God bless you guys. Mwah.
Thank
Hi. I'm Becky. I'm an addict. You're good. This is my first year here. And from the minute I pulled in, I knew it was a special place. I'd heard that it was a special place, but I tried really hard not to have any expectations because I can get really caught up in expectations and then resentments and forget that just to be still, just to enjoy. And I feel grateful times 1,000 right now. I mean, I felt gratitude in my recovery. Grateful to be clean, grateful for the rooms, grateful for all of you. But I was looking up last night at the stars and I felt like, in a good way, like my heart was going to explode, which is completely opposite from the way it felt like it was going to explode when I was using it. So it's just so full. And, you know, I joked I used to say when I first came into the rooms that I came just for the hugs because I just was so broken. And didn't think I'd ever feel whole. Didn't think I'd ever get to know me because I didn't want to know me. And I sure didn't want anybody else to know me. And all of the hugs that I got this weekend, and all of the smiles, and all of the music, and the laughter, and the joy, and even some pain, I'm going to bring all that with me. And I'm just so grateful for that. Because I feel like it's going to get me through another 6 months or, you know, to next year, because I definitely plan on being here next year, no matter what. I've been to conventions and I've been to other retreats, but never to anything like this before. And people told me, and kind of like when people told me they'd lost the desire to use way back, I thought, yeah, right, whatever, you know. I'm not going to experience anything so magical or wonderful. And it just keeps getting better. And the opportunity to, you know, talk to newcomers. And the thing is that I know we had our men's meeting and the women's meeting, and that was beautiful. That was great. I went to the women's meeting on Friday. But, you know, there's something about recovery that, you know, I'm standing around a campfire last night and I'm watching all these different people having these beautiful conversations about recovery or movies or just whatever, music, and people that you probably might not ordinarily see in your day-to-day life having conversations with, you know. I mean, I'm talking to this young guy who, you know, I'm probably old enough to be his mom, you know. I mean, in what world does that happen, you know, where we can share and we have this bond and it's so beautiful. And he hugged me and said thank you, and, you know, and I thanked him. I don't know of any other place. I just feel so blessed. Camp Colby was incredible. People welcomed me. Everyone here welcomed me. And I didn't always feel very welcome before. I felt like, you know, when they saw me come and roll their eyes, oh, what's she want? Is she out again? Shit. You know? Now she wants mine. She did all hers, you know? People walk away really fast, you know? That was it. Or I'd say, oh, shit, I dropped mine, you know? So people saw, you know, all that. It got wet, you know? I washed my hands and it got wet on the counter. You got any, you know? Anything, you know? And people saw me coming, and not only did they not turn around, walk away, and roll their eyes, but they held out their arms, you know? Yeah. How incredible is that? Great food and fellowshipping, and God is in this place. Yeah. God is here. And I know that my higher power is with me all the time, in me and with me. It's amazing to me how sometimes I can forget that. And this reminded me. I was out on a kayak yesterday in the middle of the lake, by myself, and I wasn't by myself. God was with me. You all were with me. And I'm going to take each and every one of you home. Every hug, every smile. And that fills me up. And I'm so grateful isn't even a word that I feel. I just feel like, it's kind of like when they use the word miracle, you know, it just seems so inadequate. I met some beautiful people, and all I can think of is that I'm grateful. So thanks.
Thanks, Becky.
I'm Pat and I'm at it.
Hey, Pat.
And I'm far from using, but I got gas money. You know, I don't know about you guys, you know, but in our area we got some like badass characters, you know, and they say things like, "My program can kill you," you know, and that might be true. It might be true, because I know some fuckers there. They work 40 hours on their program, and they punch the clock, and they're on it, and they do, you know, they're you know, I ain't that guy. You know, I ain't that guy. I do what I gotta do. So yeah, don't work my program. It could kill you. You know what? My motherfucking fellowship will put the fucking paddles to your heart and say, "Clear." They'll fucking give it to you. They'll save your fucking life, man. And motherfucking people in my life, my fucking fellowship will fucking save your life. And it fucking just keeps getting bigger. It's pretty fucking scary sometimes. You know, it's weird, you know, to learn, you know, what friend is. You know, to learn, you know, I have a friend who's like 1,000 miles away. And I'll see him and it'll be like, I saw him yesterday. And it's an incredible fucking thing, you know, and this place is beautiful. And every year, you know, it's like, you know, I run on fumes, the fumes of We Grow With Love from like the end of winter until here. You know, it's like, because winter fucking blow. I love fucking, I love winter until fucking January 1st. And then it blows. It blows. And so I work off the fumes of this motherfucker until then, you know. It's coming, it's cool. It fucking kicks ass. You know, and every year, you know, it's like, you know, there's certain people there, you know, I need to sit down and do some statistics on this motherfucker, you know. But I've noticed that the motherfuckers, you know, because I start tapping motherfuckers on the shoulder and I say, "Hey, there's this thing." You know, there's this thing, and and there's some kind of fucking ratio, and there's some kind of fucking statistical measurable thing, you know, where it's like, if I can get that motherfucker over here, that motherfucker ain't going away. That motherfucker ain't going away. They, you know, to sit and watch some motherfucker coming out here and checking it out and fucking, you know, that you see them, they're sitting in meetings, they sit in meetings and they fucking run out the door and go home. They come here and they're fucking sitting on a rock bullshitting with some motherfucker. It's like, they're in. The motherfucker's in. They're in. They're in and they ain't going away. It's a beautiful fucking thing. I love this place. I love you guys. That's all I got.
Hi, I'm an addict named Juna. And once again, I want to thank my higher power for allowing it possible for me to come down here, and thank Maria for introducing me 3 years ago and bringing me with her. When I come to Camp Mac, it seems when I go home, I'm able to let go more of the mask. Here, it's okay for me to be me, to, if I choose not to put the makeup on, to not be perfect, to understand that, you know, learning about myself. And I take that back and I have a little bit more comfortability with who I am once I leave and go back to Detroit. And it's usually this place that gets the ball rolling. So each time more and more layers are taken off, and so eventually I'll get to exactly who Gina is and be okay with that. You know, but this place does help me. And I always look so forward to where we start talking about it's almost time and counting down the months and then counting down the days. And this year we left a day early just to hit the road. We were so anxious and we just stayed in Goshen and had a good time and, you know, just took our time driving and relaxed. And then now it's time to go back, and we always hate to go back, but I know when I go, I'm a better person each time. There's something that has changed, and things seem like they get a little bit better. So hopefully next year I'll be back and things will end this year.
Thank
Hey everybody, I'm Rob. I'm an addict. Rob. God is good, man. And he's got my back. And he lives here. You know, I want to say he's next to me all the time, but I don't know, maybe during the off season I know where he lives. Because I can get in that off season. And this place is just, you know, it's real and the masks are gone. You know, when I come here, people are real to me, and I know that, and I keep coming back, and I couldn't agree with you more, Pat, that it's like, I look at this place and I leave and I'm like, man, I hope I'm stocked up enough to get me through the year. Because there's just something about this place that I can't, you know, I say sometimes that, you know, words won't describe it, or, you know, I'm at a loss for words. Well, yeah, that's it. So I won't even go into any more words on that. I just want to thank North Central, Camp Mac, because without you guys this wouldn't be possible. And God, because without him I wouldn't be here. I know that for a fact. And you know, I've heard the camp over there, the crazy tent people, as I think we were called a couple years ago, mentioned a couple times, and we actually have an official name now, it seems, even though it was kind of a joke at first. But you know, we have grown, and I agree, and we have come to a point where, you know, we don't want to stand out. It's not about standing out. We don't want our own thing. This is just about being part of, man. And you know, when we sit down, and we do sit down, and you know, somebody spoke of rules. It's not about rules either. It's about making sure that this all works. Because we know that, you know, build it and they will come.
Yeah.
And that seems to be what happened, you know, and it's like the three main things that we talk about is just respecting North Central, respecting Camp Mac, respecting God, and being part of, you know, and that's what we're trying to do over there, and it's not about anything other than that.
It's upside down. Respect God, respect Camp Mac, and then North Central.
Okay, yeah, it was upside down. Thank you very much.
Sit back there.
Hey, you flip that around, man. But yeah, that's. I'm just glad to be here. That's all I got.
Thanks,
My name is Neil, and I'm an addict.
Hi. Mr. Young.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing this weekend with me and with each other. What I love about this place is that we don't just come together for a couple of hours. We come out here and we live. And, you know, it's become apparent to me that this is a program about living. And it's important for me to see you live. You know, I got to see people fall short this weekend. And I got to see people have awakenings this weekend. And I got to do the same, you know, and that's it. You know, the rubber meets the road here. You know, I say that the meetings are not recovery. You know, recovery is living life through the principles of the program, and we don't get to escape after 2 hours and go live our lives. You know, and you know, be free to do as we please. You know, it's been a roller coaster ride this weekend for me, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. You know, this morning I went and I thought, I'm gonna let the kids run, and I'm gonna just relax and breathe and calmly and slowly break camp, because that's become sort of a spiritual exercise for me. You know, it's second nature now, so, you know, I'm able to relax and take it slow and, you know, not get all worked up about, you know, the work to be done, and I enjoy it. But lo and behold, life showed up, and I had to go and speak with some other addicts and look for some things and deal with life. And it was okay that I wasn't able to, you know, sort of meditate as I completed the task before me. You know, it was okay that I didn't get what I wanted. And it was really okay that I was able to, instead of running and hiding from life, address the issue. You know, when shit went down before, I'd hide, I'd run, I'd get high, and life doesn't have to do that to me anymore. That's key. You know, no matter what, you know, all I have to do is show up, try my best to do the right thing, and it's going to be all right. No matter how much fear I want to get into, no matter how much, you know, expectations I want to put on things, I know that my way is not the best way. And, you know, I don't know if God lives here. I know that He lives in every one of us. And the collective spirit that happens here is more powerful than anything I could experience. And I'm grateful for that.
Can I interject 1 second? People are starting to leave. I really want everyone that's here in one picture to try to get one picture with everyone that's left here right now. Can we do that? Would you guys be willing? Maria is waiting. She's willing to wait. So if I told her I'd do it right now as soon as I finish speaking. Do you mind? Would you gather together somewhere in the couch and stand around? Everyone? When you call her and tell her we're doing this?
Back on.